What is going on, YouTube? So this is part 2 of the 326 blind reveal from PSA that I recently got back. So if you haven't seen part 1, go check it out now. That video is posted. If you have, hopefully you're back here because you like part 1. So we'll get into part 2 here. So this will be, I've got 4 boxes I'm going to go through in part 2. Again, haven't seen these yet. Hopefully we keep up on the results we were getting from part 1. Part 1 I thought was really successful. Probably at least 50% 10s, and a lot of the key cards got 10s. So really happy with part 1, and for once in a while, no 8s. So if you watched a couple of my recent videos, I pulled a grader that kept on giving me 8s and 8.5s for some reason. I've never gotten so many half grades in an order, but for some reason I got a grader that did. So far, this grader looks like he was having a good day. So hopefully it continues. So let's get into it. So again, I'm not sure which cards these are. I've sent a number of really random cards, but I know I've got a lot of the Optic Fanatics cards coming up at some point, but we'll see if those are in this part or maybe even part 3 or part 4. So starting off, we've got a 2002 Upper Deck Authentics Kobe Heroes of Basketball 9. So this one is numbered out of 999, and I had bought a bunch of Kobe cards and a lot that I picked up for, like, I don't know, 25 cents a card back in probably December and January, and I just pulled a few out to send that I thought might have a shot at a 9 or a 10. So this is a cool one. So this is a 13 Select LeBron 10. You can tell it's a little off-centered actually, but again, with PSA, you can get those 10s on centering, having something that's a little off-center, and if I have the same grader that graded my first series, he kind of sticks to their standards and gives me a little bit of leniency on the 10. So hopefully we've got the same grader in these boxes as we had in the first. I haven't seen what one of these goes for recently, but I have to imagine that it's pretty good, because 13 Select would be a second year Select, so that's probably a pretty good hit on the 10. A Ben Simmons Aficionado 10. So this is a rookie of his, and with his I had bought a few just in a lot, and I don't think they're really in that great condition, but I must have pulled this one out and thought it was good, and sure enough got a 10, so happy with that one. This is a cool card. So this came out of that Kobe lot that I had. So this is a Stadium Club Chrome and a 10. And then 1 and a 9. So all the Kobe's that I pulled out, I thought would be at least probably 9s with an outside shot at a 10. And so hopefully we get a few more 10s. 99 Metal Kobe 9. So things on these older cards, I mean, these I think came in a bulk lot of like 200 cards for 25 cents a piece, and luckily most of them were in pretty good shape, but you know, you're just going to want to check and make sure on the corners and especially the surfaces if cards have been around a little while and been sorted through. Fleer Force Kobe 9. 2000 XPX 9. 99 Topps Chrome 9. So, you know, a little disappointed. Hopefully thought that maybe a couple of these would pull a 10, but fair enough probably that they're 9s. 99 Finest 9. 98 Finest 9. 97 Finest 9. So I did pull in an order a little while back a couple 10s in this card, but 9. 18 Threads LeBron Dazzle 10. This is a cool one. 18 Threads Dazzle Trae Young 10. So on these Threads cards, you're just really going to want to look for centering. Some of these were all came from retail. So when you get stuff from retail, a lot of these back corners on the bottom can be pushed in, especially if they're in like a hanger pack or something like that. Just the regular base version tray 10. And of course the trays are 10s and the Luka's not a 10, but a Threads Luka 9. Threads Curry 9. Threads Triple J 10. And a base 17 Revolution LeBron 10. So, and again, as I mentioned in the last video, you're really just going to want to check that bottom corner on the Revolution cards. So let's get into box 2. Alrighty. Box number 2. And again, on this part number 2, we'll be opening up 4 of these boxes. So, and it looks like we haven't hit the Optic Fanatics, so we should have a good variation on some of these cards. So, starting off with a 18 Donruss Colin Sexton 10. 18 Donruss Optic Sexton 10. Probably not a great time to get this one. 18 Donruss Saquon Barkley 10. 19 Upper Deck OPC Glossy Rookies Cal McCarr 10. So these ones were like a bonus pack in the retail 10s. So like in hockey, you've got a 10 that's got, I think, 8 or 10 packs in it, and then it's got one of these. Hold on a second. And it's got, I think, 3 of these cards, and then some of them are maybe bronze or gold or something like that. But 10, another 10. Yeah, so I guess what they label them as copper. So here's a copper 10. Quinn Hughes copper 10. Quinn Hughes Upper Deck MVP 10. I think this is a pretty good one. Quinn Hughes Young Guns 10. Another Quinn Hughes 10. And the Young Guns, these generally come out of the packs pretty sharp. So every once in a while, I mean, maybe you'll have a little bit of a corner or maybe possibly some edge wear here. But in general, as long as the packs haven't been beat up or moved around too much, you shouldn't have any problem getting 10s on the Young Guns. Upper Deck does a really good job of quality control. Way better than Panini does. So another Young Guns, Ryan Poehling 10. Adam Fox 10. And some of these guys now, they're probably worth nothing. But when I sent them in, they're at least decent or doing decent. So I'll have to look these up and see if they're still worth anything. Evan Bouchard 10, Young Guns. Josh Berry, what is it? Kakanimi? I don't know. Kakanimi? Nah, you'll have to correct me. Some of these names in hockey, I like the Blue Jackets, but outside of that, I don't really do a whole lot on hockey or watch a whole lot of hockey. So 9. 16, Bowman Chrome, Alex Bregman 9. 18 Topps Chrome Update, Shohei 9. 18 Topps Holiday, Shohei 10. Another 10. And then 2002 Upper Deck Authentics. Here's a basketball Kobe, numbered on a 9.99 and a 10. So I'll do it for box 2. All right, box 3. All right, so now it looks like we're getting into some of the Fanatics. So I don't know how they group these together. I'm guessing when there's one player, we'll probably see a few in a row of the same, but we'll see. And hopefully they grade these like they graded the other ones. So starting off with a Kobe White, 9. And then 1 and a 10. Tyler Hero, 9. 9. 9. So it looks like they might be getting us a lot on the centering, or it could be some surface issue. Try to remove the ones that had print lines, but these ones had a lot of, I don't even want to call it dust or card particles still on the cards. So it's a little hard sometimes wiping them all off, getting them clean. 10. Kevin Porter Jr., 9. 10. 10. 10. 9. 10. 10. 10. 10. So a lot of these you're going to see a lot of players in a row. I broke about I think 12 sets of these. So if the cards were in good condition for a player, I pretty much sent all 12 in. Otherwise, if they weren't in as good of condition, I kind of picked out some of the players. So some players might only have a few copies I sent in, and other players will have all 12. Back to Kobe White, 10, 10, 10, and a 9. All right, final box of part number 2. So if you like this video and you want to see parts number 3 and 4, please leave a like, subscribe, and leave a comment, and I'll get the other parts up. I'll try to post 2 parts a week, so they'll be up here within the next week. So let's get into the last box of part number 2. Starting off with Ja. So hopefully we get a nice little wave here of Ja's, but we'll see. 9. Oh, going back to Kobe White. 10. 10. Ja, 10. 9. So as you can see, the centering on these can be pretty bad. But that's still within PSA standards for a 9. So, and hopefully sometimes, you know, you look at a card like this and you're like, well, it meets the standards for a 9, so you give it a 9, and then you see a 10 or something that's a little slightly better, and maybe the grader gives it a 10, so we'll see. 10, 9, 10. And the one thing about these are, if you ever buy a sealed set, it seemed like the centering for the entire set was about the same. So if you opened a set and had a couple cards with bad centering, you're probably going to have bad centering throughout the set. If they had good centering, then you're going to have good centering throughout the set. So it was really kind of a just draw the luck to see which sets had good centering and bad centering. And of course, you don't know until you open them up. Another 10. So doing pretty well in the Jaws, I think maybe 60% 10s or so. So that's always good. I haven't seen what these go for. I think the 10s and Zions now go for maybe 300. So Ja might be 225, 250, somewhere in that range. And again, these sets, the entire set was $50 or $60 or something like that. So, I mean, I'm quadrupling my money just on one card. So if I were to get a 10 John, a 10 Zion, and a 10 LeBron, a 10 Hero, and 10s of everybody else, I mean, those sets could easily turn into $2,000 a piece once they're graded out. So, pretty good little investment. 10. Another 10. A 9. And then moving on to Darius Garland, 10. 10. 10. 10. And 10. So again, that'll do it for part number 2. Leave a like, subscribe, and comment, and we'll get parts 3 and 4 up. Thanks.